Rajeswary Venkitaramanan. ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഷോർട്ട് ആൻഡ് 120 വേർഡ്സാണ് വായിക്കുന്നത്. ഇതിനു മുമ്പ് ഈ യൂട്യൂബിൽ ധാരാളം 120 വേർഡ്സ് വായിച്ചിട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം ഒരു സ്പീഡ് എഴുതിയാൽ പോരാ, ഓരോ സ്പീഡും 5-6 പ്രാവശ്യം എഴുതണം. പിന്നെ ഈ വായിക്കുന്ന മാറ്ററിൽ കുറച്ച് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ഔട്ട്ലൈൻ ഞാനിവിടെ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് നല്ലോണം പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യാം. വാട്സപ്പിൽ ഞാൻ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സ്പീഡും 120 ഒക്കെ വായിച്ചു കൊടുക്കേണ്ട 80 വേർഡ്സ്. അതുകൂടാണ്ട് ക്ലാസ് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ കോൺടാക്റ്റ് ചെയ്തോളൂ. ഫോൺ നമ്പർ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാത്തവരുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പ്ലീസ് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ഫോർ മീ. 120 വേർഡ്സാണ് വായിക്കുന്നത്. It seems to me that while the progress of women's education is foregoing ahead at such a pace, some attention may also be paid to men's education. Truly, no argument is required in defense of women's education. For my part, I have always been strongly of the opinion that while it may be possible to neglect men's education, it is not possible or desirable to neglect women's education. The reasons are obvious. If you educate the women, probably men will also be affected thereby, and in any event, children will be affected. For every educationalist knows that the formative years of a person's life are the first 7 or 8 years. We talk about schools and colleges, which are no doubt important, but a person is more or less made in the first 10 years of his or her life. Obviously, in that period, it is the mother who counts most of all. Therefore, the mother who has been well trained in various ways becomes essential to education. Most mothers trained otherwise, I regret to say, are not good mothers. They are too soft. They stuff their children with all kinds of eatables, put too many clothes on them, wrap their necks and heads and ears with all kinds of woolen apparel, and make the boy or girl almost an imbecile before he or she grows up. Therefore, it is necessary for women to be educated, if not for themselves, at any rate for their children. A great French writer once remarked, "If you want me to tell you what a nation is like or what a social organization is like, tell me the position of women in that nation." The status and social place of women will indicate the country's character more than anything else. That applies equality to the educational, social, economic, and other fields. The idea that women should be kept away from most occupations no longer finds favor. It might be that certain occupations are not suited for women, but that is a different matter. There are plenty of occupations which they could engage in and which they do engage in. If we analyze the matter carefully, we shall find that the average woman in India works in the field. In fact, both men and women work in the field. It is only when one gets to the middle class that the question of the distinction arises. The great majority of our women have to work because economic circumstances compel them to work. Unfortunately, the idea has been prevailing. I am glad to see that it is rapidly fading, that the less work one does, the higher is one's status in society. Thus, the person who never works at all has the highest status. In my part of the country, you can see a woman working hard in the field or elsewhere with her menfolk, but when the husband begins to earn more, people seem to think that she should retire into parda. During no work considered a sign of high status. The whole conception behind this business is totally unsuited to our times. That age is past, and everybody, man and woman, has got to be physically good and strong and mentally alert and do creative, productive work. A time is going to come when people will not tolerate a person who does no work. Dear sir, we write this to remind you that your car insurance date expires in 2 weeks' time, within which time please forward the premium for renewal of the insurance. Please also note that you are entitled to a no claim rebate of 15% on the premium this year since your car was not involved in any accident or claim in the past insured year. When our Mr. Raj met you last time, he was told by you that your office cars may also be insured with our firm this year since the company with which these are insured has played foul in respect of one claim that arose during the year. We may assure you that nothing like that will happen with us, and we have been always prompt in making payments to all the claims presented to us on the strength of the surveyor's report. Only in cases where the party is not satisfied with our estimate that we have been left with no other alternative than taking to the decision through adjudication.